Hi, I was diagnosed with myeloma about 4+ years ago. Probably had it for 5. When I got it, I was completely shocked. I thought it was absurd because I'd never been in a hospital in my entire life. My parents are both in their 90s. Well, at least my dad died at 93, my mom's 90, my brother and sister in their 60s. Everybody's healthy. Nobody ever been in a hospital. And then one day, the universe said, "You're in trouble." And it explained the incredible back pain I'd been having in the prior few months. So as I mentioned, at first I thought it was absurd, and I thought, well, they told me you might have 7 years. I was like, well, it's better than 18 months. It also was quite debilitating after working your entire life and then looking forward to retirement, being told you don't have a retirement. So I started on various chemo tablets. I was lucky compared to most people. Most people went through chemotherapy and stem cell transplants. I decided to skip a stem cell transplant and look for a better technology. At the time, CAR T was very nascent and it had a long way to go. So I spent 4 years on various chemotherapy tablets, such as lenalidomide and pomalidomide and daratumumab. So basically, I was on daratumumab last year. Most people seem to get 2 or 3 years out of that drug. I got 5 months before my markers started to rise, and I thought, I'm in trouble here. I need to look at CAR T, which I've been tracking for a number of years. A few years ago, a CAR T vaccine would give you about an extra year. Last year, a Chinese report had about 2.5 years with their drug. And the Canadians at University of Toronto, I saw Carvykti was 3 years. And the doctors I was consulting with here, their CAR T vaccine is estimated to have a median of 42 months. And luckily, because I didn't do a stem cell transplant, the consolidation I'll get from this vaccine, I should back up and say it's got a 93% success rate. So hopefully I'm not one of the 7% that it doesn't work on. But if it does work, the consolidation should be a lot better for me. And my doctor said that instead of 42 months, I should be looking at 6, maybe even 7 years. Hopefully in that time frame, there's a cure available. Otherwise, I'm kind of in trouble. I looked at 3 hospitals in China and 3 hospitals in India. And even though this is a video for Cytecare, I can honestly say hands down, I'm here. And I'm here for 2 reasons. Actually, 3 reasons. I looked at the technical capability of the staff. The 2 consultants I talked to were excellent. It's Dr. Anil and Dr. Pipa. Their knowledge and communication about the process was excellent. The second was responsiveness. Some hospitals I talked to had a laissez-faire attitude and they get back to you sometime. Whereas with Cytecare, there's dedicated project coordinators, such as Ankita, who kept me informed every step of the way. And her response time, I would say, was measured in minutes, not even in hours. Whereas some of the other hospitals, it took days to get a response. And on top of that, Cytecare were very specific about what the cost would be. And even though overran a little bit, they were very flexible about the payment. So hands down, they wanted technology, responsiveness, and total cost. So I signed up in February to come here a few weeks later. I think it was mid-February I talked to the consultants, and on the 4th of March I was here for apheresis. Well, the usual barrage of medical tests, and then apheresis where they insert a catheter in your jugular vein that runs down into your chest cavity to get the best blood. And then you go on an apheresis machine which separates out your red cells, white cells, platelets, etc., etc. Gathers up a whole bunch of them. I'm not sure how many mils, but it took about 4 or 5 hours, and it's very painless. And then that collection of cells gets sent off to the manufacturer, who basically take your personal cells and the vaccine, chimera anti-receptor, I can never remember the whole the whole detail of the CAR T word, but basically it takes your cells and puts the vaccine together so that you have what I call little hunter-killer cells that get re-injected into your body. It takes about 1 month approximately for the vaccine to be created for you, for me, or whoever. So during that time, you either have to go home or go travel or whatever. And then you come back after a month and you do some pre-treatment just to basically reduce your lymphocytes, which are your white blood cells, which would attack anything new to the body. So to give the CAR T vaccine the best chance of success, lymphocyte depletion drugs are deployed to drop your white cells down, and then you get infused with the CAR T vaccine. It's all incredibly painless, apart from the continuous blood taking, which you have to get a jab in the arm every so often. It was a very painless process. For me personally, the biggest challenge was being stuck in a clean room for 2 weeks. Basically, the risk of infection is very high. So I was sequestered in what's called the BMT room, bone marrow transplant room, where everything is highly infection controlled. So it's a clean room with positive airflow. Nurses have to be thoroughly clean all the time, food that is clean, laundry that is blasted clean, whatever. Which is basically good because I never got any infections. I think about 80 to 90% of CAR T recipients have a reaction. Some can be, most are very minor, like fevers and headaches for a couple of days. Some can be worse. I've heard of people having incontinence and throwing up, etc. But those are a small percentage. I was one of the lucky 10 to 20% that had no reactions. So I'm like, is it working? Is it working? I have to know it's working. Apparently there's some bone structure thing they could see that indicates it's already working, but I won't see any improvement in what's called my light chains, which is a marker measure for how aggressive the disease is. I won't see a measure of that probably for a couple of months. So I might be at the front door, banging on the front door in 2 months if it's not working very well, but apart from that, I think it's very low risk. It's got a 93% response rate. So unless I was one of the unlucky ones, I should be very well CAR T vaccinated now, and all the antibodies are building up in my system, and all the little hunter-killer T cells are going around shooting all the bad cancer cells, and it should all be great. Personally, I feel no different. I didn't feel any pain during the process. I don't feel any different to what I did before I arrived here. But I trust everybody knows what they're doing, and in a couple of months, my light chains will be heading into the 0 level. Highly recommend coming to Cytecare, and if anybody wishes to get in touch with me, contact Ankita under international inquiries at Cytecare Hospital, and she'll give you my email address, and we can talk live if you need to. But I would highly recommend this hospital. It's been a great experience. A few years ago, I think I said this a few years ago, a CAR T vax would give you about a year. And you look at the cost and you look at a year, you think it's not worth it. But every year for the last 4 years, it's been get higher and higher. So with my one having a 3.5 year median, potentially 6 to 7 years on the high end of the scale, then let's say I got 5 years. Within that 5-year time frame, CAR T vaccines are going to be giving people 5 to 10 years, or maybe 10 to 15 years. So what was initially classed as a terminal, well, it still is classed as a terminal disease, but what was initially told to me as it's terminal is now a condition that can be managed. But you got to look after your health, keep your slim figure and eat well and so on, exercise well. But I think if I get a number of years out of this, by the time it starts wearing off, the vaccine starts wearing off for me, there'll probably be a cure. If not, I'm going to come back and get another one. So it's gone from something that 4 years ago, I went to hospital with back pain and they said, you've got a terminal disease, you're going to die in a few years, to something that gives me hope I have a future. So I think it's great. One other thing to add is that a lot of people have said to me, people that haven't been to India, they said, what's the healthcare like? What's the hygiene like? I'm like, hygiene? Give me a break. The quality of the medical care and medical facilities is top-notch. Basically, the quality of the equipment and the staff, everything is world-class. I can honestly say it is world-class. And so do not be worried about coming here, even though it's much cheaper than in most Western countries. That's a function of labor and how much the labor costs. The vaccine itself will still cost you about, I think, $60,000 US, so it's not cheap. But the attendant medical staff, et cetera, because of the cost structures of India versus New Zealand, America, etc., it is very cost effective, and it is in no way indicative of poorer quality healthcare. It is top-notch healthcare, excellent doctors, very well qualified. And I have to say I felt looked after perfectly during my entire stay. Very happy with the hospital.